always been from a community-based setting, so always being very connected with your neighbors. So I was born and raised in Africa, so Ghana, and from there it's everybody that is around you. You play with everybody that is around you, and you're well connected. Either it's from the parents or the kids or the extended family. And in terms of even going one step inside the inner circle, is I'm very well connected with my family. That every time there's always that community spirit. So every time I used to join a new initiative or a new community, that's one thing that I cherish the most. Putting that community together, building that community together, going through the highs and lows together. Because as a community, you where you all understand what that goal is, you can all build together. And that goes a very long way. Doing things as a community rather than just in little silos. Because we're all going through it together. It's where I've come from. When I was 12, it's when I was 12. Yes, so I started year 7 in this country. I just about missed year 6, so I could have done a bit of year 6, but there wasn't enough for me to have done that. So yeah, I started year 7 in this country, and since then I've been looking at, even starting in this country, I had to then go through. So there's a certain word it's somebody told me. It's but essentially it's not really a culture shock, but it's a culture adjustment. So I went through that for a period of time, and towards the end of high school, that's when I started to then really understand what was around me and what I can and can't do. So then it started to encourage. I remember I used to then go around to music events. Even before I joined Bigger Fish, I'll go around to music events at a young age, and from there I knew that, okay, you know what, I want a camera. So I just kept pushing my parents to get a camera, because I liked that creative. Although I wasn't a creative person, I had a I can put things together. So in doing so, I always nagged my parents. They were like, "Oh my gosh, this is super expensive." I'm like, "I really want it. This is how much I've saved. This is how much I can put together." And I always had a plan. I'm like, "I put this much together. Um, you might probably give me money for either my birthday or my Christmas later on in the year. Forget giving that to me. Put that together. You give him this much. You give him that much." And it's like I always gave the reason to problem solved already. So you don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z. Just I said, look, if you can please just put in this much, I can put in that much, and this is how much it will be. And look, I got a discount code, that kind of stuff. Let's all put it together and pay for the camera. So I did get the camera around one of my birthdays, or shortly after. It was, I think, a month after. And then from there, then was working with or knew somebody that noticed my camera, because I would literally just walk around with the camera, and somebody had approached me and then said, "Oh, okay, what do you do with that camera?" And then I was like, "I like to take pictures." Just out the box kind of responses. I like to take pictures, but then I told him about my story as to how I got the camera, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, that's really good." And that's when he first started to connect me. So my first proper gig was actually with Lacoste. Actually, they did pop-up shop. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so they did a pop-up shop, and through this, my contact, I was there at the pop-up shop. The reason why I didn't send you the pictures is because I looks very small now. Don't even look the same, but I might know. I cannot show these pictures to the world. Um, and then from there, that's when I got to know he was very well connected with Bigger Fish, and then that's when that link with Bigger Fish also started, and it started to grow legs. And then yeah, from there that was the start of my journey.